It's that time again, that sweet mail day time of the month, but unfortunately, I got scammed and I've now experienced the worst shipping method I think I've ever seen in my life. Just like all the other mail day videos, we have the ones that will be going in for grading, and then we have the rejects. The rejects are the cards that come in and they're just not in the condition that they looked like they were in the photos. So we got, as you can see, we did pretty well. We got a much larger stack of graders than we do rejects, but let's go through the rejects first, and then we'll go into the cards that will be graded in the future. So this first card, I was super sad to put in the reject pile, but I got scammed. And this has happened multiple times now where the listing has a set of photos that ends up being completely different than the actual card that you receive. And in this picture that I'm going to throw up on screen, you can see all of the differences that show that obviously this is a different card than what was sent to me, or the photos in the listing were different from the card that was sent to me. It's just a completely different holo pattern, completely different card. Sometimes that happens and it really sucks. I'm hoping to get my money back from Bai for that one. Now let's go on to the worst shipped card I've ever seen in my life. So this card here, unfortunately, it's an evolution, but thankfully, it's not an expensive card. This card here is a deck promo. It's the Glaceon, and it is a beautiful card. I have one of these, I think, already that is going to be graded, but I was hoping to get a second copy. Unfortunately, you can see that there is residue. There's sticker residue, and you know why? Because they literally taped the card directly to a postcard to send it to me. So in the pictures I'll show you here, you can see that they literally just taped the corners of the card directly to a postcard and then sent it to me. So each corner has sticker residue from where I tried to remove the card from the postcard. And again, I'm hopefully to get my money back on this one as well. Okay, so I actually just got an email. I just stopped to check this email that I got. They're only going to be looking into this item. Unfortunately, they're not even going to look into this item because I didn't buy the standard insured plan through them for the shipping and such. So they're not even going to investigate this item because I did not buy the plan. Now, typically, I have been buying the plan for stuff that's more expensive. This card was about $50 some, I think. So thankfully, I bought the plan here. I'm going to send them the photos that I showed you guys, and hopefully I'll get my money back. But yeah, unfortunate that they won't even really look at that one. The next reject is this Blaziken. Awesome looking Blaziken. I really like this card a lot. I have one already, but this one was cool. It had the swirl up in the left. I wanted to get a second copy of it. But unfortunately, let's take a look and see if I can actually show you what is going on. I think it's on that side, isn't it? Where is it? At first glance, it looks fantastic, but then if you keep looking at it, it's usually how this goes. It's really hard to tell, but you can see on this corner, there's like a bend that goes all the way from the top, all the way down the edge of the card. So this entire edge over here is bent somehow like crimped on the side, and that just would not go over well with CGC or PSA. So I would think that might get like a CGC 7 maybe. At PSA, it would probably get like a 5 or something like that because they're way harsher on dents like that. But yeah, just not really worth sending in for grading. So I will probably be selling this one as a binder copy for someone to finish up their collection. Next up, we have this beautiful Vaporeon. I think these cards are just fantastic. They don't come in a holo, but they come in this reverse holo. And I think they're fairly hard to come by, the reverse holos from Heart Gold Soul Silver, or maybe they're just not listed all that much. But this one, unfortunately, I think they can get scratched very easy on the front because it's just a holo sheen. There's no texture to it, so you can't really hide any damage. So that one has some scratches on the front, and then there's just some whitening and some damage on the back that I wasn't really expecting. This one might be okay and might still get an 8 at CGC, for instance, but I'm just not sure that it's worth messing around with to just get an 8. There's also some stuff over here on the side. So that one's in the reject pile, but it's a beautiful artwork, and I love those reverse holos, but I think it's really going to be difficult to get those in good condition without little scratches on that holo sheen. Next up, we have this Celebi from Heart Gold Soul Silver. I got 2 of these in one lot, so one of them was gradable, thankfully, and the other one is a reject, unfortunately. So the problem with this guy is there's a pretty big chip up in the right-hand corner there that I think would take it down to at most an 8. And then each corner, there seems to be whitening at just about every corner. And it just wouldn't do well overall. The other one, thankfully, was super minty, so that one will be going to grading. But this one will be sold to a lucky person who wants to complete their binder. Last one, there's only one reject left, and then we'll go into the hot, the sexy cards, the ones that are going in for grading eventually. And we have this Mew. This is super unfortunate. I knew by the photo that it would have a small issue, but I underestimated how big the small issue would be. So, yeah, but what an absolutely beautiful card from Diamond Pearl. This Mew is just gorgeous. It was the only one close to, like, a near mint copy I could find. You can see there's a little damage at the top, which isn't so bad. But the problem comes in with this corner. You can see that it's pretty mangled, which I think would probably put the ability to get a decent grade on it, like maximum an 8. So it might still pull an 8, but I just don't know. I think it would probably go better to someone who's completing a binder or something than to grade a card like that at an 8, unfortunately. So I'll keep taking a look at it. I'll probably peek at it every now and again and see if we could do something with it. But it's just so gorgeous. It's hard for me to sell that one raw. Would love to get that baby slabbed up, but we're just going to have to find a more near mint one in the future. All right, let's get to the good stuff. So I'm still obsessed with the mid era. I like the EX era holos. I love the Diamond Pearl holos. So what you're going to see here is a mixture of the two. And I'm still looking at these. I still just think they're awesome artworks. I actually talked to Retrospecs, who has become a bit of a friend through the Pokenomics Discord, and we had a chat. You can check out that video on my channel. It came out on Monday. Definitely go listen to that. But it's just cool to explore things that you've never seen before. And while it's awesome to have like nostalgia for certain things in the hobby, it's also cool to explore things you've never seen before. And so for me, it's been really fun to look at this mid-era, this EX and Diamond Pearl, because I've never seen it before. I got out of Pokemon well before this was a thing, and then, you know, came in well after this was a thing. So all this stuff in between is so cool to go back and explore and look at. So this Charizard, for instance, I'm not a huge fan of CGI artworks, but I think this one's actually pretty cool. So, and remember, these are all minty. This is the Platinum Arceus Charizard. Now, this one was tough. This one had a bunch of gunk on the front, and I wasn't sure if it was a scratch or some gunk. So I went hard trying to clean it off, and I got the majority of it. I got like 99% of it. So, but yeah, super happy I was able to save this card because it is awesome. I have another one of these on the way from Bai as well. All right, we're still in Secret Wonders. That is the set that the first Charizard was from, and these Entei, Raikou, and Suicune. I have all three of these from Secret Wonders. So here's the Entei. Very cool. Oh, this is one of my favorite Typhlosion artworks. Absolutely badass. I love that artwork so much. Who is it? Kusajima. I feel like I say Kusajima's name a lot. They are standing out from the crowd, kind of like Nishida and Himeno, in terms of some of my favorite artwork. We got this Kusajima again. Look what I'm talking about. This is one of my favorite Arcanine artworks. This was one that I looked at the picture after buying it a little harder, and I was like, ah, shit. It definitely has some whitening around it, but I think it could probably still pull an 8. I hope it was still pull an 8. And I think I still have a little bit of a margin there at an 8. It's just a beautiful artwork, so I definitely want to get it graded. We got this Heart Soul Silver. I love this. This is Saito. Absolutely love these Heart Soul Silver holos that have the little... Every Pokemon that evolves via a stone has this stone in the artwork. So the evolutions also have the stones in the artwork and stuff, which I think is a really nice little touch to these artworks in the Heart Gold Soul Silver. Oh! Flareon has an O face, and so do I. This is such a beautiful artwork. Oh my god. It's Kimura. Oh, it's so good. Flareon has some incredible artworks. This is one of my favorites, and the Delta Species one is super badass. This is one in terms of, like, it's just beautiful. The Delta Species artwork is like, Flareon is full-on badass in that artwork. It's so awesome. All right, we got a badass Jolteon. I think I've shown this one already in a previous video, but this is an Arita artwork, Absolutely fantastic. Love that one. This is the second one of those that I've bought. And we got a couple of these. This is Nishida. Nishida is another one that I really enjoy. We got two of these in near mint condition. One of them is first edition. One of them is unlimited. And then we have Kusajima again with the, oh, look at the swirl on the left there. Ooh, with the Vaporeon. Beautiful card. Let's go. We got a couple of Espeon. Do we have two of these? No. I mean, I have two of these, but we don't have two in this pickup. But this is an absolutely minty Espeon from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Just gorgeous. Who did this artwork? Match? I don't know who that is, but very cool artwork. I love the Johto feel. Like, Gen 2 is all about, like, traditional Japanese, like, architecture and stuff like that, and it really captures this really well in this artwork. I really like it a lot. Here's that Celebi. So we had the one reject, and this is the minty one that's going to go for grading. I think there is a swirl. There it is. There's a swirl that conforms, like, exactly with his antenna. It's super interesting up there. Is that a swirl on this side, too? Or no, that's part of the artwork. Never mind. But yeah, really cool cards. Celebi has some really amazing cards as well. Same with Jirachi. Jirachi's got some great cards too. Gardevoir. I had another Gardevoir that I purchased from a different submission that was a reject, unfortunately. But this one is super minty. This might be the first appearance of Gardevoir, if I remember correctly, maybe. Let me know in the comments if you know, but I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. This Gardevoir is super nice, and I really like it. And there's a lot of action happening on that holo. Holy buckets. All right, this card is awesome, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to show you why it's awesome, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. This is the most holo bleed I think I've seen on a card so far. And it's really, like, you could really see it in person, but I don't know if I'll be able to capture it well enough on camera. It's not like an Evolutions Hollow Bleed where it's just like so blatantly obvious. But this is Pichu, obviously, from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Super cute card. And when I saw this, it was super Hollow Bleed, but I'm not going to be able to catch it, man. Oh, wait. You might be able to kind of see it. Dang it, you're going to think I'm lying, but this thing is so vibrant. It's so hard to catch it on camera. I'll try and take a picture of it. Obviously, I will post it on my Instagram. I will try and capture the Hollow Bleed as much as possible. But yeah, this Pichu is gorgeous. There was so much Hollow Bleed. It was like $2 or something like that. I could not pass it up, so I had to grab it. I really like Hollow Bleed. I think it's a really cool error, in my opinion. It adds more than it detracts from the card, if that makes sense. So we have Raikou from Secret Wonders as well. And we have the Suicunes from Secret Wonders. We got two, and they're both pretty minty. One of them is unlimited, one of them is first edition. Gyarados. A great Gyarados artwork, in my opinion. Arita always brings it, man. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Every single artwork of Arita's. I don't think I've seen an Arita artwork that I'm surprised is bad. Ever. I think he just always brings it. I think it's always good. And we have the Leafeon deck promo. This one, thankfully, was not shipped taped to a postcard, but I really like this Leafeon card. I think I sold one recently for like 60 or 70 bucks in a 9.5 maybe. So I think we did pretty well. I think I spent under $10 for this, so pretty awesome. Venusaur. This card in Unlimited is like Pop 1. I've been trying to find a minty Unlimited version of this, but it's been 3 months now, and I haven't been able to find one. But the first edition one looks pretty decent. Probably would get like an 8 or an 8.5, because it does have a little bit of whitening on the back. We have this Meganium from Nishida. Absolutely beautiful. This is from the same set as that Typhlosion artwork that we saw before that I really liked. There's a nice swirl over here that you could see. It's kind of hard to see, but you should be able to see it a little bit. But there's a swirl over there. It's gorgeous. And we have another one of these, Salamence. I love this Salamence card. There is a swirl there. I do pay a little extra for swirls. If I see one with a swirl and one without, and one's like a couple dollars less, but it doesn't have a swirl, I will pay the extra $2. I am that guy. I know that sounds kind of silly probably, but I just think it adds so much to a holo if there's a swirl. I just think it looks so much better. But yeah, this one's super mint. This, I think, is first appearance Salamence. I think. I don't know about promos, but I know that in the set cards, if I say that this is first appearance, it's probably the first time it's shown up in a set. I try to look and see if there was a promo previously where this Pokemon existed, but I think this is first appearance Salamence. One of the better Salamence artworks, in my opinion, too. Salamence can sometimes look really derpy and really stupid, but I feel like in this one, because it's a Rita, obviously, it looks fantastic. And last but not least, we have Tyranitar. This is a really cool artwork, in my opinion. And it looked pretty good. This one was on the line. This was in the reject pile for a little while, and I kept looking at it, and I was like, this will probably get an 8, maybe an 8.5. So I ended up bringing it over to the grade pile. But yeah, and whenever I say like what grade I think it's going to get, usually that's from the lens of CGC. So I don't have a lot of experience with PSA at this point, so in my videos when I'm like, I think that'll get a 9, I think that'll get an 8, that's typically me speaking from CGC experience, not PSA experience at this point. But yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for this month. Got a bunch new awesome cards in from Japan. Can't wait to send them off for grading. I have a stack growing. It's growing. And I'm still kind of waiting for PSA to go down. Keep going down, please. Down. I want PSA at like $15, $10 a card before I send a bunch of these. But I will have quite the stack to send in a bunch of cards when that happens.